20 tricks driving schools won't teach you. Driving schools will teach you what it takes to earn a driver's license. In fact, throughout your learning process, you'll barely be alone since there will be somebody sitting next to you. However, the real test happens after you get the license and you're driving on your own, and there's nobody around to tell you what to do. It's usually fine for the first 10 minutes. Then, you learn that there are some things you were never taught in driving school. Most of these were not taught in driving school. So pack up and listen, these could save you one day. Welcome to New Age Life Hacks, and here we are again. We welcome you to another video full of fun, easy and amazing hacks made just for you. Before we get to the fun part, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on that post notification to not miss any amazing hack video. Let's get started. 20. Drivers aren't multitaskers. Even if you are a professional driver and have got your license for years, always remember that you aren't a superhero and you can't multitask. Multitasking is the cause of many horrors on the road. Take for example answering a call while driving, texting while driving, or worse, drunk driving. Don't go and dare to drive when you have other things to do. When you want to answer a call, you can always find a safe spot to park to do your thing if it's that important. But if you think not, maybe you can ignore it until you got a place to stop. 19. No littering. This is common, yet most of us can follow this rule. Maybe because some might think this is not a big issue when it comes to driving, but it can sometimes be the cause of an accident. Most states have penalties for drivers that are caught in action throwing random things out of their car. Some don't mind the penalty, therefore in states like Louisiana and Maryland, they suspend the driver's license. 18. Attitude on the road. Who hates the arrogant driver? I can surely say that no one likes a person so full of himself while driving on the road. Being courteous on the road will not only receive smiles from fellow drivers, but also can be life-saving. Discipline while on the road goes beyond changing lanes carefully and is a very important aspect of driving. 17. Know all the functions of all the buttons in your vehicle. Most of us don't like reading the manual and only see it when some problem occurs in the car. It is better for the car owner that she or he knows the functions of all the buttons of his or her car, because sometimes checkpoint police officers often request drivers to open various lights and sounds to ensure that you are driving safely. So better check it now. 16. Checking blind spot. Changing lanes can be dangerous. The transition must be carefully calculated so that accidents can't be the endpoint. Thus, mastering vital skills such as transitioning from using dressing mirrors to using rearview mirrors is important. It will protect you and other road users from the accident that you could easily evade. A slight glance can be a noble skill, and it is also included in the must syllabus you should acquire. 15. Situational awareness. Driving is very dangerous and it has taken so much life while on the road. You need to be focused on what is ahead of you and what is behind you. The road is so nasty that half of the number of deaths are caused by accidents on the road. Awareness begins when you tighten your seatbelt and set the mirrors right. The first rule of driving most of the time doesn't follow rules but needs a lot of training. 14. The green light can be deceiving. Green means go, but this has been a cause of many accidents. Some rules need to be broken because the violators are now on top that changing is a must. Because what's more important now is to observe first the blind spot before proceeding. You might cross paths with a drunk driver, sleepy driver, and a nasty driver. You should ensure that you drive slowly as other careless drivers might jump the red light. 13. Turning on the air conditioning all the time. This is one of the common mistakes drivers assume. Turning off your air conditioning will cause damage to your car materials. Using it regularly ensures that coolant does not seize the tubes and remain moist. If these were taught by your instructor in driving school, he deserves an award. 12. The horn. Car horn etiquette is very important. In some countries, loud and repeated long honks can easily land you in trouble. A quick beep is enough to create awareness. Don't extend your anger to the car horn because it might annoy other people. 11. Letting the huge trucks have the right of way. Driving next to the truck is what you must avoid. When that truck should attempt to overtake, you must lower your speed to give it an easy time to change lane and drive faster. The danger of trying to race with a truck will cost the lives of both drivers. You might have countlessly heard these drive rage stories over local news, so it's best to keep ahead of it. 10. Following the simplest rules. It is always important to follow rules even if it is not necessary. If you are the only car on the road, it is a precaution against accidents. You should always bear in mind that the sign on the road was placed with a purpose. You'll experience madness on the road, so be extra cautious to avoid road rage. Being extra careful on the road might not just save your life, but also someone else's. 9. Avoid racing. Patience is a very important virtue when you are behind the wheel. Slowly but surely is a way to go home safely without further explanation. Racing with a car is a no-no. Remember, most of the accidents were caused by cars that were overspeeding. You do not want to be the next on the list for these accidents. 8. Feel your wheel. Practice makes perfect. If you want to avoid potholes on the road and scratches caused by small rocks, you must learn how to feel where your wheels are. An empty plastic bottle will help you practice to feel the wheel. Place the plastic on the road and drive over it with your left and right front wheels in turn. Open your car's window so you can hear the bottle crunch and assess if your car still has the right air for every wheel. 7. Watch out for the maneuvers of trucks or taller cars in front of you. Watch out for trucks in front of you, but also for those further down the road. Drivers of taller vehicles see road situations more clearly. If they start to change lanes all at once, they likely saw a car accident or a different kind of roadblock. Follow suit and change lanes too. 6. Turn the high beams on if your car does not start. Sometimes, if bad weather occurs, the car just won't start on the first try. So before you give it a try, heat your car battery by turning the high beams on. The radio or the indicator can work too. 5. Lower your rearview mirror at night. For how many years, I just got to know this also. And many of our drivers don't know that a standard rearview mirror has two modes, day mode and night mode. To avoid being blinded by a car behind you, change the angle of the mirror by pulling down the lever under it. 4. Use the handbrake regularly. Use the handbrake regularly to keep it alive. This is advisable even if you don't do angle parking. And the only exception in this matter is if very cold weather occurs. In such conditions, you'd better avoid using the handbrake so that the brake pads don't freeze. 3. Don't turn the wheels beforehand when making a left turn. It is very dangerous to turn the wheels in advance before making a left turn. The wheels must be in the initial position so if a car hits you from the back, you won't be thrown into the opposite lane. 2. Looking as far as possible when driving your car. When you are driving, staying focused is a must, but you also have to visualize and plan adequately. For beginners, keep this in your mind that you must look ahead no matter what. But the question is, how far ahead should you look? The best drivers always look as far as their eyes can manage, not just to assess the situation around, but also your driving. 1. What to do when running out of fuel. Last but not the least, this is the most important case technique that you must know because this will definitely help you soon or tomorrow. Running out of gas in the middle of the road or in the middle of nowhere is one of the greatest fears of every driver. Now, if your vehicle is loaded, you just need to empty it to make it light and should also avoid braking and accelerating. Shutting down windows will make a difference as this will reduce wind resistance. But the most important thing is keeping a gallon of gas in your trunk for emergencies. I hope these 20 driving techniques and tips will help you go home safely. Overestimating your gas is never a good idea. Also, not following rules and regulations will put you in danger. But with these tricks, I assure you, you can feel the situation without worries. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that subscribe button below and give us a thumbs up. And we will see you in another amazing video.